Nestled along the eastern edge of Zimbabwe, near the border with Mozambique, lies one of the most mysterious and sacred places in southern Africa, the Chimanimani Mountains. Covered in mist, towering granite peaks, ancient forests, and cascading waterfalls, Chimanimani is more than just a beautiful landscape. These are not fairy tales. These are the hidden stories of Chimanimani. Before you enter Chimanimani, you must ask permission from the spirits. It is customary to leave an offering, a coin, a sip of beer, or a pinch of snuff at a sacred rock. If you fail to do this, the consequences can be terrifying. These caves are alive. They say they speak to you. Some hear soft voices asking questions about your soul, your intentions, your past. Hikers have reported losing hours or gaining them without explanation. One man claimed he walked around the rock for just 15 minutes, but returned to find that it was the next morning. His watch had frozen at midnight. Others claimed to have seen people in old, tribal attire silently walking around the rock, only to vanish into thin air. During Zimbabwe's liberation struggle, many freedom fighters used the mountains for hiding and shelter, a sacred library of secrets, protected by time, nature, and the ancestors. Those who dare to visit must do so with respect, humility, and silence. Because in Chimanimani, you are never truly alone. Battles were fought, lives were lost. Some fighters were buried in unmarked graves, their names never recorded. Today, some villagers still hear the ghosts of war, the sound of boots marching, rifles cocking, and voices singing war songs in the dead of night. These are the spirit soldiers, still guarding the land they fought for, refusing to leave until Zimbabwe is truly free. Some believe Binga Rock is a gateway, a portal between dimensions, between past and present, between spirit and human. If you are clean of heart, the caves guide you out. But if your spirit is unclean, the whispers become screams, and you will wander in darkness forever. Locals do not joke about these caves. Only spirit mediums, those chosen by the ancestors, are brave enough to sleep inside them. When Hunter ignored these customs and went into the mountains without showing respect, he was never seen again. To this day, some say his cries for help can be heard late at night, echoing through the valleys. Some say that during her last days, her spirit traveled through performing rituals and calling upon the ancestors to guide the struggle for independence. But these herbs are not found by just anyone. Only those chosen in dreams or visited by spirit guides can locate them. The plants are said to glow under moonlight and vanish in daylight. If someone tries to pick them without permission, the forest fights back. Some people have gone blind. Others disappear, never to be seen again. The healers say the plants are alive. They choose who can touch them. Today, people claim that on misty evenings, if you stand still and listen carefully near the waterfalls, you can hear a woman's voice softly singing, reminding the living that the fight for justice is not over. It is a place of power, a place of secrets. In the early colonial period, a white man built a lonely wooden cabin near Bridal Veil Falls. Locals speak of a giant serpent spirit, said to be the cousin of Nyaminyimi, the Zambezi river god. This enormous snake is jet black with golden eyes and lives beneath the waters. It is said to appear before a tragedy or when the river is disrespected. One young man foolishly urinated into the river. Days later, he was found convulsing by the riverbank, his body twisted unnaturally, as though crushed by a massive coiled force. The villagers said only one thing: the river had remembered. He openly mocked African beliefs, claiming there was no such thing as spirits. But one foggy night, villagers heard strange drums and singing coming from his direction. The next morning, the man's cabin was found unlocked. The fire was still burning, his tea was still warm, but he had vanished without a trace. No footprints, no struggle, just silence. Some believe the Nyuzu, the water spirits of Chimanimani, dragged him into their world for disrespecting sacred ground, a place where the spiritual and physical worlds are said to meet. For generations, these mountains have been home to legends, supernatural encounters, and ancestral beliefs that still shape the lives of those who live nearby. The elders tell of the sacred spirits of the mountains, known as V. These are ancestral guardians who watch over the land. There's also the chilling story of the disappearing settler. Another tale whispers along the edges of the Haroni River, high up in the Chikukwa area. Hidden among the rocks are the whispering caves. Enter them at your own risk. Then there's the bizarre phenomenon of Binga Rock, where time seems to behave strangely. There's even a story connecting the revolutionary spirit of Mbuya Nahanda to these sacred mountains. Deep in the forest near Mudarazi Falls, there are stories of plants with supernatural healing powers. Chimanimani also holds the memories of war. Chimanimani is not just a national park. It is a living spirit. The mountains are watching, and they never forget.